Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on gold, guys. What am I expecting on gold? Before I do today's analysis on gold, I'm going to do a quick recap on gold for us to see our previous analysis on gold. So as you can see, I think we were around this area right here. I saw multiple rejections around this area right here. That's why I said there's a possibility that we might retrace. If I zoom in a little bit, we can see that we haven't fully retraced that much yet. It's just giving us some sort of like an impulse, a correction of this impulse, correction, impulse, correction. See, they have not been any really solid correction so far. And because we were weakening around this area for a while, I said there's a possibility that we might actually push to the downside, right? And I gave my TPs in case if we push to the downside. This was my first TP right here, right? Because that's the first break of structure we have right here. Then this is my second TP right here, because we can see around this area we have this imbalance right here. So I said that if we continue to, in case if we push to the downside and we continue to see a bear momentum around this area right here, then there's a possibility that we might hit our TP2, right, which is 2093.217, as you can see right here. And just the same similar thing to all these TPs I say, but we can see that our sell became actually invalid and we push to the upside. We push to the upside with this engulfing candle right here, and I knew there was a possibility that we might continue to push to the upside based on the fact that we have this beautiful candlestick closes above it. You can see that it's actually pushed down here to retest as well. Let's go to a little bit smaller time frame and see. Let's see. So we can see that we have this kind of like an impulse, a retracement, retested the zone, retest the zone, and we continue to tank to the downside to hit my initial TP, which is 2149.627. And we can see based on what I have, this is like the monthly, I think this comes from the monthly highest price we've had. So I'm going to go to my bigger time frame just to see the overall market, but we can see that we actually got to that level right there. Let's see from here, right here, if we enter from here to run around this area right here, gold gave us about 168 pips, which was really beautiful. So now that we can see we hit our target on buy on gold, guys, I'm going to delete this and this my previous analysis right here. Let's just delete this one right here, and let me reanalyze gold again based on the current time price market we have. So like I like to go to a bigger time frame, right? So we can see, if you remember vividly well, when I was analyzing gold, right, I said something that as long as we are below the zone, I'm predicting sell, certainly, right? And we can see, and that's based on our prior price action, we can see that we've come to this zone multiple times and we rejected multiple times. Even this current one was about to actually push up, but it actually closed as a weak, right? Which means there was no candlestick that actually closes above that zone. So I was saying, as long as we are still weaken out whenever we get to that zone and there is no solid candlestick that closes above that zone, then there's a possibility that we're going to continue to push to the downside. But as you can see currently right now, this beautiful candlestick is breaking the structure. So we can see that this candlestick is breaking the structure right here. So depending on how this closes will determine. Remember, this is the monthly time frame. So this is looking a little bit to the future, but depending on how if this candle still closes like this, then certainly we should be on a buy on gold overall. So, but we know we are an intraday trader, we can always take few trades around. So we can see this is my weekly time frame, and my weekly time frame is still bullish, right? So by the end of this week, we should know how this candle closes. If it closes with this candle right here, then certainly we should know that the market is continuously pushing for a buy. So let's see. So let's go to my daily time frame and see if I find any. We can see based on what I had previously, I said, let's see this. So we can see right here that we actually broke around this area right here and it has not retested yet. So let's see how the market would be close around that area as well. Let's go to my daily time frame and see that we can see that right now the candlestick it does even for me it's not as huge as this previous one, so I think it's kind of like exhausting. But let's don't forget that this is a bigger time frame right here, so I'm seeing some sort of like an exhaustion, so there's still a possibility for like a retracement to push to the downside. Let's go to my smaller time frame and see. So we can see right around this area right here, nothing really solidified yet. Um we are just creating a much more small candlesticks right here, and it has not actually solidified anything yet for us to know whether we're going to continue to push to the upside or downside. We haven't seen any break of structure just like this previous ones has done, right? We haven't seen any right here, so we have to be patient to see. But if you zoom out a little bit, we can see that right around this area it's giving like a chubby kind of price action, so it's not as solid as this anymore, so it's giving some sort of like an exhaustion. That is a possibility that the bulls are now exhausted and it needs to gain more momentum by actually dropping and correcting for it to gain more momentum to either continue to push to the upside, right? So let's go to this right here. Like I said, I'm not actually seeing anything right now that shows anything because we're currently around this area right here, which is a significant area. We might actually fall to the downside or to push to the upside, but there is no candlestick yet that actually solidified anything right now. Let me extend this trend line. Let's see from here to here. I don't like how that is. Let's see from here to here. Let's see if I can do from here to here. I don't like how the candlestick looks. I think I'm just gonna leave it and let's see how that might plays out. So I think I'm just gonna draw a zone right around this area right here, just to show us that minute. Let's see. Hold on. Just to show us that for us to actually buy right now, or at least wait, be patient for a candlestick to close above that zone for us to actually buy. Let's go to a little bit more smaller time frame and see. I think this right here is also a significant area right here that I can look forward to right now. Let's extend that a little bit. Let me go to, okay, we can see right here, right? So let's see how the market plays, right? Because it might still drop to the downside. Honestly, I see something like it actually falling to the downside because we can see we've had rejections around here. So we might probably push to the downside, to be honest. Let me go to a little bit. Let's see. I think I can draw. Okay, this looks okay right here. From here to here looks okay. Let's see. Looks okay. So in long run, certainly if you're going to push to the downside, I would at least come to around this area right here, which if I draw a zone, we can see it's a significant zone as well. We've rejected around that place quite a number of times, so that's a good place to actually take TP as well. Let me put a line right here just to get a price. Okay, so that is what I'm looking forward to right now, depending on how the market goes. Let me zoom out a little bit just to see, because let's go to my bigger time frame. I cannot, based on what we have, that is the highest we've ever gotten so far. Let's go to my monthly time frame. So there is nothing I can show for right now for like to take a TP for a buy, because we can see that this was our previous let's see, this was our previous high, right, which was 19. Let's see, this was our previous high, which was 1937, right? Then later on we got to this high right here, and we rejected around this area, which is around 20, let me point it, which is around 2074, around that area right here, and rejected around that area multiple times before it actually push. We can see push to this previous high right here right now, which is 2148. Around that area right there, we can see that it gives us something around that area, and now we are trying to break that off of that area right now, but I think we have to be patient. So I think what I'm going to do now is, because we don't have any way for us to know our next buy move, so I'm just going to put a Fibonacci right here from point A here to point B, just to indicate my next buy, just indicate my next buy target, just because we previously don't have, let's see here, we previously don't have a buy target. So I think I'm going to put something like that. So let's go to my smaller time frame right now, just to put my target for a buy. Okay, let's see right here. So I'm just going to put a mini fib as well. Let's see, point here to here. Let's change that. So we can see I'm just trying to look for a buy TP right here. So certainly, if you're going to continue to push to the upside, I want some break of structure right here, a retest. Then certainly this will be my first TP right here, which is, let's see, 294. Let's correct that. 294. The 294. That'll be my TP1. TP2 will certainly be here, which is 217418. 418 will be my TP2 for a buy. So we can actually just put something like this. Okay, and just like I mentioned earlier on, for a sell, this will be a TP1 right here, and this will be my TP2 right here. Right around here will be my TP2 to touch that trend line. So I'm just going to put my price tag on that one, which is 627. 627 right there will be my first TP for sale. My second TP will certainly be around this area right here, 07070. So these are my targets right now on gold, guys. Let's be patient and see how the market does, because it might just continue to push to the upside, or it might just give us some like retracement kind of a thing. So this is my quick update on gold, guys. Hope you guys find it helpful. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.